I want to talk about lean and lean production. It is used in companies to maximize value and eliminate waste, so the business gets a higher profit. And firstly, I want to talk about two words. Value is an action or process that is worth paying for from the customer's point of view, and waste is that part of the production that doesn't add any value or good to the process. So lean is basically about removing inefficiency from a company, and this is something a manager would be interested in doing. So he or she doesn't have too many employees who are, for example, walking a lot back and forth, because walking is a waste of time, and therefore a waste of money for the manager. And I first came across this actually on this school when Nils proudly wrote a message to the whole school about an arrangement where one of the janitors had walked 14 kilometers on one day. And I thought there must have been an easier or more efficient way to him to do his task because the school is not that big. And then I started to notice it on my job in a supermarket where I had to bake frozen cakes and bread multiple times a day, but the freezer was placed in the other end of the store and on another floor, which was very unpractical because I wasted a lot of time just walking and not creating value. So my supervisor was paying me for walking and not working. So the freezer should simply be closer to where it should be, which is seen in this picture what it could look like. And yeah, to reduce waste, it's needed to find the easiest or leanest way to the goal without any unnecessary detours, and it will be cheaper and more efficient, and it will take less time. And some of the some of the things in lean is minimizing waste, which I talked a little bit about, and just in time production, which makes the company more flexible. And then kaizen, which is Japanese for continuous improvement, which I'll talk about later. And then cell productions, which is like splitting operations into different stages, which is what made McDonald's so popular. So to take an example from the real world, um, the Americans had the lead in the car production with Henry Ford's adaptation to the assembly line, but Japan took his idea, and after the war, they didn't have a lot of money, so they extended his idea because they needed to find the smartest ways to produce their cars because they could not afford waste. So, for example, this could be to get the wheels to the car delivered directly where you need them, so the workers doesn't have to spend time transporting them to another place. And then another thing lean they did was continuous improvement, this kaizen. So the cars got very good compared to American cars, where they just replaced things that didn't work with new ones instead of Japan, who looked at the problem and found it and fixed it. So their cars got more developed, and now their cars are more popular than the American cars because people know that they work. And actually, the most eight most sold cars in the US are Japanese, like Toyota, Honda, and Nissan. Yeah. So basically, this is not working harder, but working smarter. Yeah, I think that's it.